Hello Pisces, welcome to your tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now this is going to be a general reading. So try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there's a 7 of Cups. Interesting. All right, let's put that into some context, all right? Oh, wow. Wow, that's very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what's going on here. Let's do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use the Smith-Waite Tarot. And this is one card we set aside. We'll put our frog friend right on top. And we're not going to look at that until the end. All right, and hopefully that card will tie everything together and give us the confirmation of this really intense situation that we have, okay? First of all, I'm going to just say we've got we got 4 major arcanas, okay? We've got some water. We've got a little bit of fire, and we've got some air. So what we don't really have is the earth energy. We have a little bit of earth energy with the Hierophant, and I think that's going to be very important as we go through these cards, okay? Because the first thing I see now is the 7 of Cups. I feel like you're trying to ignore something, you know? I feel kind of like with all of this, with the way the energy is, just by looking at this, the universe is trying to tell you, hey, wake up, right? Open your eyes. You're either willfully ignorant or you are kind of, you're not aware of this fact that you're meant for such wonderful, terrific, great things, okay? We see, at the end, we see the Judgment, or the Eon card, the rebirth, the reawakening, the opening of your eyes, the making a decision to embrace your destiny, embrace your future, embrace who you are. The Trumpet is calling you, but I feel like we're trying to kind of stay head in the sand, head underwater kind of thing when we don't want to hear it, right? The universe is saying, wake up. The Tower energy. The Tower energy is screaming at you to wake up. Because I think you are. I think you're meant for great things. Okay, and this is really I think a wake-up call. This is trying to get you to hear the trumpet, to accept your destiny, embrace your future, embrace who you are, and to begin this work that you're being called to do. 7 of Cups. We're trying to ignore it. We're trying to stay asleep. We're trying to just stay involved in the things that we're involved with, so we don't have to hear the whisper of the guardian angel. So we don't have to hear the trumpet. We don't have to hear the angels calling to us. Okay? And you don't have to hear the voice of your own aspiration, the voice of your guardian angel, the ancestors, God, Goddess, Deity, Source, Spirit, Divinity. We're staying immersed in these things. These are the 7 cups, the 7 deadly cups, right, if you will. These are the things that we're doing that are, again, maybe not consciously, maybe we're not even aware that we're doing this, but we're involved in certain things that are quieting down that voice, that still small voice inside of you that is trying to urge you on to something, right? You're meant for great things, but we're just we're staying here where it's somewhat cozy and comfortable. But I think once we wake up, once we realize what our future is going to be, we're going to understand that this really wasn't that comfortable anyway, that this really isn't what we enjoy anyway. This is just what we're doing. These are the distractions. We're trying to keep ourselves distracted. Okay? And the fire energy begins. This is you now starting to wake up. I think you're hearing the tower screaming at you. You're feeling the cups. This is maybe the happiness and the joy, a little bit of a nostalgia maybe. Maybe there was a time where we were pursuing our will, where we were living our aspiration, where we felt connected and joyful. We felt like we're doing, our spiritual work, right? And it felt really good, and we were full. We felt full. So those feelings are coming back. The universe is screaming at you. And in the future, you see the bright sun. You see the kind of golden dawn, the bright sunlight starting to crest over the horizon. So you're seeing the future. You're seeing what you're meant to be. So you're having a vision of that. You're hearing the calling, you're feeling the feelings, and you're seeing the vision. And all we have to do is pull ourselves up out of this. 8 of Swords, 7 of Cups. These are kind of low energies. These are energies that are keeping us off balance, right? We've got a 7 on one side, we've got an 8 on the other side. And it is the Prince of Wands that's going to do this, right? That has now woken up bright and early, right? Has heard the message, has received the good news, has gotten the memo, and now is out doing this work, is activated now. And the first task, I think, is to get us out of the 7 of Cups, put these things down, right? These distractions, and we don't have to go into specifics about what they are. We all have them, right? I think we've all been in a similar situation, right? Put these things down. And also figure out this mental tangle that's keeping you in these distractions, that's keeping you in these 7 cups. What is it about your thought process that's keeping you here? What do we keep telling ourselves that keep us in here? This is all the thing, oh, I'm too busy today, or I've had a long day. What are the reasons why you're not following your destiny? What are the reasons why you're not embracing your future, embracing this will and this aspiration? I'm just too busy. I've got too many responsibilities. Or it's just not meant for me, not in this lifetime. I'm not strong enough. I'm too old, right? That's one that I deal with a lot too now. I'm just thinking, I'm not 20 years old anymore, This is all the mental activity that keep us indulging in these distractions, okay? Everything, and maybe you got to make a list. Maybe we got to write these things down. Maybe that's part of the work of the Prince of Wands here. Write all that stuff down. Write down what your 7 deadly distractions are. Write down all of these things that we tell ourselves, right? Go get some new paper. Use both sides of the page. And then read those. Read what you wrote. Okay? Maybe read it out loud to yourself. Maybe in the mirror, go in the bathroom or whatever and read it out loud and watch yourself reading that. Because that might be the kind of self-reflection that we need, like a literal reflection, to see ourselves and hear ourselves and the words that we're saying, and these distractions that we're in, and the excuses that we make, or the reasons, or the justifications, right? The rationalizations. Then that might wake us up a little bit. Then we might see the absurdity of it and leave all that shit down there. Because this is where it's at. You are meant for great things, right? And the universe is not going to stop screaming at you. It's, I think everywhere you go, it's like there's just this, whatever that thing is, just a mouth, right? That's just screaming at you to wake up. It's your alarm clock that just keeps going off. You keep snoozing it. It's just getting louder and louder. Smash it against the wall, rip the plug out, whatever. Take the batteries, I don't know. It just keeps going off. You can't stop it, right? And you know this. And so we try to get deeper into these distractions so that maybe we can silence that a little bit. Maybe we just can muffle the sound a little bit, you know, but we know we can't get rid of it. It's always up there, and it's that all-seeing eye. The Tower is not an evil card. It's not a scary bad card. This is the eye of God, Goddess, Deity that sees all. Right? That doesn't matter how far down underneath we get. We can go under the table if we wanted to. But we can still see ourselves. We still know. Right? Whatever higher power you believe in, that higher power still knows. Right? Doesn't take away from the reality. It's not Schrodinger's cat. You put it in a box and it's not like, oh, maybe it's not in there now. Because you don't know for sure. It doesn't matter if you hide. We're still doing it. You know what I mean? So we need to get on this path because I'm going to keep saying it. You're meant for great things. Okay? And this feeling that we had in the past, this fullness, this aspiration, this love and joy and beauty and the real connectedness, we were doing our spiritual work. We need to get this feeling back. But it's going to be in a new way. We can't live in the past. We can't go backwards, right? So the Prince of Wands, may travel back to these memories, visit them, use them as inspiration, remember how it felt, and use that to now go to the future, to start pushing the boundaries, to say, okay, universe, I hear the call, I hear the alarm, I hear the trumpet, and I'm going to the east. I'm going to the land of the rising sun. I am embracing this future. I'm going to my destiny. I'm watching the sun rise, and that sun is you. And it's you rising into kind of what you're meant to be, what you're meant to do, the greatness that is you when you're following your will, when you're following your aspiration, when you're going toward the source of that trumpet call. Right? Because this is the fire energy we really want, the eon, judgment, rebirth, reawakening. The Tower energy is just the disturbance it's just the alarm that we hear now. But this is the real music that's calling us into our future, right? So the Tower energy may be some disruption in your life. It may be, again, this constant blaring alarm that you can't silence. And your efforts to quiet it down or to stuff cotton in your ears or whatever is not really helping things, you know? So things can't really persist the way they are. And that's why it's such a blaringly loud alarm. That's why, you know, emergency vehicles have such loud alarms. It's so you can't ignore it. So even if you have your music up in your car, you're still going to hear it, you know? It's meant to be that loud. There's a reason why. It's meant to disrupt your life. Okay? So we want to get to full activation. We want to travel toward the sunlight, the dawn. And this is, you know, we're coming out of a nighttime. We're coming out of the cold and the dark, and we're going towards the light and the warmth and the love. Okay? And the closer we get, the warmer it's going to get. The beautiful it's going to be out here, right? As we drive drive toward the rising sun. And this is healing. This is love. This is aspiration. This is confidence. This is success. This is you kind of rising to the task, right? This is you hearing the call and rising. It's like the alarm goes off and the sun knows that it has to rise now. It's time for me to get up and illumine the world. And that's where you're headed. Okay? If we get out of this stuff down here. Right? We're above this. This is down here. We're kind of we're sailing up above that stuff. Okay. Now, on the path of the serpent, we start with this Hierophant energy, and this is the earth energy. This is really the only earth energy we have. Okay. Now, if we have that tower, that was the alarm, that was the disruption, that was the upsetting of the way things are going. The Hierophant now is like reestablishing order, right? You're doing your work. You're working your will in the world. You're going towards the sun. You're hearing the trumpet call. You're going toward whatever this is. This is where the sun is traveling, right? You're becoming the sunlight. You're becoming the sun. And you're traveling toward whatever this is, whatever this portal is. Okay. And we can say, well, maybe that's the evening or something at the end, but that's where we're going ultimately. First step is to get out of the 7 and 8 here, to embrace this sun, and to travel along our path to whatever that future, whatever the greatness is that we're meant for, right? You have to fully wake up, and then we have to get to our destination. And we have to do that with this Hierophant energy. This is one thing, being of service to others, right? Maybe helping others who are stuffing their ears with cotton and trying not to wake up and trying not to hear the alarm blaring in the neighborhood. Maybe part of our service is to help those people. We're uniquely qualified to do that because, well, we just did it too. Maybe this is accepting the help of one of these people who have already done that to help you unstuff your ears and get moving, you know? And now it's our turn. Now that we've been helped and we're doing this, now you can help someone else because you've been there too. So we keep paying it forward. And this is the realization that we have to participate, you know, that we have to contribute something to the world. And I keep saying it, you're meant for great things. You have a lot to contribute. So how are you going to be offering your gifts to the world? You know, well, the first thing is to help other people that are coming up behind you through a situation like this. And, you know, what other ways, what else are you about? You know, who are you? Well, that's unique. I think some of you, it's going to be very creative things. Some of you, maybe it's going to be healthcare and something like that. Other people, you know, all sorts of things. Very, very different. Everyone has unique gifts. There's some overlap, sure. But how are you going to be giving your gifts to the world? That's what the Hierophant is about. And this is kind of the universe saying, oh, finally, you heard the alarm clock, you got up, and you've come to work, you know? So this is kind of the boss, too. This is the boss owner, kind of CEO. And, or maybe you're the CEO, this is the board of directors, okay? This is that higher power that you feel somehow, that you feel beholden to, responsible to, that you know, it's who has sent these lessons to you, right? This is who kind of turned on the alarm and has got this destination for you, and you're getting your orders now, and you've got to embark on this path to fulfill yourself, fulfill your destiny, fulfill your spirit. So the Hierophant's a lot of things. Okay, but this is like we get to work, we check in at work, and we start working. Yeah. And in the environment, we've got a 9 of Wands. Now this is really great because we were talking about the 7 and the 8, and anyone who's familiar with the Tree of Life knows that the central pillar of balance, it's the 1, it's the 6, it's the 9. We have the 7 and 8s on either side, right? So we're off balance in the 7, we're off balance in the 8, but the 9 is the foundation. The 9 is right there in the middle. Central, middle pillar, stable, right? This is our vigilance. This is our ability to stay centered and grounded, firm, not get back in the 8, not get back in the 7. Now we might fall back a little bit. We might, backslide a little. But this is our firmness. This is us every day promising ourselves one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, to stay on the middle path, the middle pillar, right? And this maybe is the middle pillar here, right? And we want to stay vigilant. We want to stay every day, again, kind of reaffirming our oath, right? We got to stay strong. This is the card of strength. It's a strength that comes from within. It's a strength that comes from our heart and soul, our memories, the passion, the joy and bliss and pleasure that we've known and that we will know again. And our memories of this darkness, too, of this kind of, this distracted kind of period, phase of our life. And that makes you who you are. That makes you a strong person. Because you've been through the difficulty, it's forged you into this really strong being. Okay? Now, the next card's very important. This is what we don't want. This is what we're trying to avoid. This, I think, is our biggest obstacle, 9 of Swords. This is you punishing yourself. This is you being very hard on yourself. For maybe there's a specific reason, maybe something happened, maybe not, maybe this is just general. You're punishing yourself, you're being very hard on yourself. And this is what we need to avoid, because this is keeping you, it's a 9, so this is a firmness, this is a foundational number, right? A 9. This is keeping us right in here. This is keeping us down here. I don't have enough desk. This is keeping us right here in between the 7 and the 8, right? It's keeping us in this energy. For whatever reason, if you feel guilty about something, or it doesn't matter. It's keeping you locked up here. But what we need is the 9, the fire, right? The 9 of Wands to keep us in the center so we can rise above all of this. Because the 9 of Swords wants to keep you in the middle of this. But the 9 of Wands wants to keep you in the middle of your will, in the middle of spirit. I was going to say righteousness, but I don't really care for that word. It's going to keep you in the middle in this kind of strong, positive, confident way. Okay? So we want to avoid this. We want to avoid the 9. Now, it's here though, right? If we didn't want it and we were avoiding it, maybe it wouldn't even be on the table, but it's on the table. Something we need to confront, the obstacle we need to deal with. Don't let it trap you and lock you back up into these cards. But we may have to deal with this. We may have to ask ourselves or investigate through whatever means are available to us why we do this, why this is an issue, why is this card here, why is it on the table at all, right? Do you feel guilty about something? Are you punishing whatever it is? We have to confront it if we're going to overcome it. And that's the final stage. That's the final boss before you get to this Eon or Judgment card, before you get to Source, before you get to the fulfillment of your will and your destiny, and the future really unlocks in front of you. It opens up to you, right? It's going to be a new era for you. These are the great things that you're meant for, whatever's beyond this door, right? And I mean, I'm curious what it is, but You may already know. You may already have a sense of what this is. And you're going to get there. And I'm encouraging you. And we're always here. Okay? These readings are always here. The community is always here. Reach out. Reach out to your own support system. Right? But I want everyone to feel comfortable in the Dove and Serpent community. If anybody is, being negative or mean or anything other than supportive, they're going to get, their comments are going to be gone. Okay, I won't tolerate any kind of hate or negativity. Let's all support each other. Okay, we're all struggling. And we're all meant for really, really great things. Now let's look at that mystery card. Kind of nervous about this one, I'll tell you. I want to see something. I want to see some earth energy. I want to see a 3 of discs, 6 of discs, 9 of discs, right? 3, 6, 9, kind of that middle pillar. An ace, of course, would be fine too. Anything up there, right? Supernal triad, 1, 2, 3. I think some earth energy, though, in all seriousness, would be perfect, showing that we're taking all of this to heart and we're going to put it into some practical steps, some positive actions. Okay. Well, we've got a 7. Okay, I like a 7. I like a 7 of wands. This is okay. This is showing me that you may not be there yet, but you're not giving up. Okay, this is the card for those of you that kind of are still struggling with getting this first step, right? Just don't quit, don't give up. The 7 of wands is someone that will fight and fight and fight, even though they're kind of losing. Will keep fighting until they win. This is the card that doesn't give up. Don't care what the odds are. Don't care if it's 100 versus 1. I'm not giving up. Okay? Even when you backslide or have failures, you don't give up, because you'll get here. And you can activate all of this energy if you keep applying yourself. Right? Very, very important. I think it's the most important card really right now, is this idea of not giving up, no matter what. Okay? No giving up. Anyway, Pisces, we're going to do an extended. If you would like to stick around for that, and I think you should, just click right up here, and that link will give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Pisces, but for every sign. Okay, so you can check your other placements. Your sun, moon, and your rising placements, would be a good place to start. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for taking this journey with me. It's my honor to read for you, and I'm grateful for you. Thank you. And I'll talk to you again very soon.